to turn a shade tree into a money tree.
Man, I'm nervous.
Why are you nervous?
You're like Oprah right now. That's how I feel right now.
I gotta be. Don't be nervous.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know, I'm not used to these interviews, you know? I'm used to doing it with the guys and it's a little, now it's like, yeah, I gotta be on point, so.
No, that ain't gonna be crazy.
No, but to be honest, this is the interview that I needed. Because this is crazy. On a lot of different levels, not just like emotional, angry, it's just crazy. It's just the irony of it.
What's wrong?
This is it, Don Juan. All the marbles, baby.
All right, here we go. Go ahead, sir. What's up, y'all? I am your girl Candy, and I have my homie Benzino right here with me in person.
Candy? How you doing?
And we are about to speak on it.
Speak on it. Yeah, let's speak on it.
It's time to speak on it.
Let's speak on everything.
Let's speak on everything.
Yes.
Now, here's the thing, Benzino, like, the way we do our show online is like really supposed to give whoever I'm talking to their opportunity to speak on whatever is going on in the world, what their name is ringing about. But it's kind of crazy to me because most of the time you be low key.
Yeah, try.
But in this past month, it just seemed like things have been happening back to back where your name has been ringing in the media.
Yes.
So I really wanted to get you to sit here with me so give you opportunity to speak on it.
Appreciate it.
But before we get into the crazy stuff, I wanted to talk about some of the great things that you have going on.
Man,
okay?
Thank you.
So first of all, I want to know, because everybody knows that your crab shack was bomb.
Tell everybody exactly why you chose crab, seafood in general.
Well, me and my father, when I was 10 years old, used to be in Boston riding around in the van selling crabs and corn, so it was just history repeating itself.
Do you still have it?
Well, I'm actually opening up my new one. We're really 95% done. It's in Chambly, and I have a couple of partners, my man DeMarcus and Lowe, but two of my partners I actually brought here with me. They're two men. They've been married for 21 years. One's an executive chef. Well, they're both executive chefs, but they've been in the business for like 30 or more years. Chef Darren, Chef Sean, and with all this going on, it's just ironic because I've probably known them maybe for the last 3-4 months and got to know some really great black men, you know, not black gay men, not black men who are just black men, and they're great guys. And I know we'll probably discuss all this, but that's just the irony. I didn't grow up a certain way. So me progressing in life was like, I thought I was doing the right thing. I feel like with all this going on, I feel like, you know, I've been kind of vilified for doing the right thing. So.
Right. Well, we're not going to get into the vilification yet. I want to get into, first, I want to give you opportunity to talk about things that you have gotten right. You know what I'm saying?
Right,
and so, meaning, like, the reason why I bring up the restaurant is because, you know, we've been knowing each other for quite some time. You know, when you came to Atlanta to do, when you first started on Love Hip Hop, when you started doing the restaurant, everybody in the city was talking about how good your food was.
Appreciate Candy.
And you had different spots. Why do you think you didn't keep it going? What happened?
Man, because my life is so crazy. I just, you know, it was an idea, because, well, I've always cooked when I was in Boston, from Boston, and Boston's a big seafood town. And my dad and my mother, God bless her soul, like, they're really good cooks. My mom was kind of secretive in the kitchen. Like, she really didn't want to show me too much stuff. I noticed that a lot of ladies don't let their recipes out. Like, they don't play with it.
Yeah,
you know?
That's true.
So I kind of had to, like, sneak and watch. But that was what I specialized in. And I noticed that at the time, Atlanta didn't have, like, crabs in the bag. Like juicy.
Right, you was doing it before Juicy Crabs.
Come on, Candy.
So the reason why I said to me, I felt like you should have taken that to the next level. But who cares about woulda, shoulda, coulda? I'm telling you now, I feel like you could take it to the next level. You need to be online. Every time you do an interview from now, you might want to do it in the kitchen as you cooking up your meals. So when it's going viral, people know, oh, I want to try that next time he opens a spot, I'm going to be
And
there.
coming from you, you know what I'm saying? Because, like, believe me, I've been to the old lady gang a few times, and all the food's amazing. The ambiance is good. And I kind of get them mixed up, but there's one particular that always shows me extra love. she comes over and she sits and she talks to me.
Probably my Aunt Nora.
I think that's who. She's so sweet and so nice, man. Like, she always shows love. I want to shout her out, shout them all out, your mom out and everything, because coming from that, you know how hard it is in the restaurant.
Oh, I know it's very hard. I know.
I appreciate that.
You know, I just want to put that out there for you, because as you coming back with your next spot, I think everybody needs support, because the food is good. I'm telling you for sure.
Thank you very much.
Now, you was one of the first to ever do it as far as celebrities here in Atlanta to open up the restaurant.
Really?
Well, you did it, and you know, Gladys Knight had her chicken and waffles or whatever.
Wow.
But like early, that was like a decade ago. Not a lot of us was having restaurants. Wow. So I'm saying you was doing it early on, right?
This is all right, Dawn. This is thank you. Like, I was expecting this.
No, because what I'm saying is, I feel like everybody's been going crazy, saying all the crazy things, but I want to remind people of the positives, you know what I'm saying? The other thing is, a lot of people don't remember the fact that you was one of the people who started Source Magazine, right?
Yes, me and my partner Dave Mays, like in the late 80s. You know, 88 was like the first paper cover. It was like one piece of paper. And at the time, hip-hop really wasn't being covered on a major level. You had like Rolling Stone, and if there was black magazines, they was like Word Up, Right On, and they would pretty much cover just like, I would say like the fanzines, like the young R&B. It necessarily wasn't hip hop. You know, Dave Mays came up with the idea. He had a radio station, and we ended up linking up. And he just had an idea that, look, you know, hip hop needs to be covered more. It's a global thing. So in order for somebody to find out about something that's not in their area, they would have to read about it.
Right.
And he understood that. He understood the importance of that. He seen the culture being what it is now. It's everything we do. It's a great way that our families have fed each other, black folks. It's something that have brought different races together, like hip hop. It was 18 years I was a part of that.
18 years, that was a long time.
192 covers, and I think like 7 award shows. A lot of ups, we had some downs, and you know, it was just amazing because, you know, it wasn't no internet at the time, so we was like the internet.
Right.
And I'm just proud of my years there, and I shared it there with a lot of people, a lot of great, talented journalists, college kids that really was responsible. It wasn't just like a one-man thing.
Well, let me just say, you put your hands on some great things. So I already named the Source Magazine, which was huge. The Source Awards. If y'all don't know, you might need to go back and Google, okay? Because that's a major thing to say that you were a founding member of that. You know, so I want to big up the great things that you have touched, right? Another great thing that we all love today is your beautiful daughter.
Oh, Coi, yeah.
Yes. Beautiful, amazingly talented, album banging.
Yep. Yeah, album's dope. I mean, it's, well, I'm just getting kind of, it's just because, like, I love my kids, you know what I'm saying? And
how many do you have, by the way?
I have 4. You know,
Okay.
I got Ray Sean is whoa. It's like, you know, like I came up in the streets, you know what I'm saying? So it ain't like when you come up in the streets and you out there doing street activities and stuff. It's not like you thinking about being a dad or whatever, right? So, you know, or you have a handbook, or you even know you just based off of what you experience and what you see on how to be a good father. So, you know, though I was out there in the streets, right? Like I still knew that I didn't want my kids in the streets or selling drugs and being in gangs and none of that. So, you know, I thought I was doing the right thing, you know. Like, you know, I did the best that I could as far as like providing was nothing, because I always was a hustler. You know, money's not an issue. But as far as trying to have like a moral compass and you know, like the way I want my kids to grow up, you know, I felt like I was in tune with everything that was right, with God, with my parents, my mother and father. Like I felt like, you know, go to school, you know, ain't no weed smoking, ain't no, you know, like be good people, you know.
Mm-hmm. Well, I mean,
without sounding like a hypocrite, because here I am cursing, I'm selling drugs, I'm doing all these things, but I don't want my kids to do it.
Well, that's what a lot of people say. do as I say, not as I do, right? A lot of parents are like that.
So I felt like I did everything close to right. I'm sure not perfect, but...
Were you a part of
Yes.
their lives?
Yes, 100%. You know, my first son, I broke up with his mom when he was 3, but after that, Ray Ray was with it, like, I mean, you know, he had a deal on Universal at 9 years old. And
so did you participate in their music careers?
Of course, like I got Ray Ray the deal. I mean, when I was with The Source, we was connected to all the labels. So it wasn't no issue at the time when Ray Ray, at 9, it was him, rest in peace, Big Pun's son, and Lil James. Jimmy Iovine signed him to a huge deal. The song was called 3 Down. I mean, rapping's what I did, and you know, Ray Sean came on tour with us on the Rough Riders tour when he was 7. Did a couple of shows. We did his own video that Case had sung the hook called "Shine Like My Son." A lot of fathers showed up with their kids. It was a big video because I wanted to show fathers with their kids, because I always felt like fathers get a bad rap, like street guys, you know. So a lot of them came. A lot of them who passed away. Jam Master Jane's son came. Keith Elam, who's Guru, he came. You know, Big Pun's sons came, and that's how we met. But, you know, they're not even here now. So it was an important video. It was dope. We shot it in New York, but I was hand in hand with everything that.
Okay, so that's your son, Ray.
Right.
How many? You said you have 4.
4.
This Ray.
Yes, right.
Who else?
So now Coi.
Which one is
Ray,
she?
Ray Sean is the oldest. Now Coi is the next oldest.
Okay.
All right. So, I was with her mom. After I was with Ray Sean's mom, and again, you know, I think I was signing to rap a lot around that time, and Coi's mom would come down there, and you know, we ended up being together. With Coi's mom, it was so disappointing. This Candy is that, and like I said, like, this hurts, man. You know, all this controversy, me having to do interviews about, I should be doing it. The interviews should be all Coi and me blowing up, doing major things out there, father and daughter, hip hop. Like, what would have been more? I just don't understand where that went wrong, because I was there every step of the way. I feel like, okay, a lot of times, and you might understand this, that thing about a woman scorn or, you know, no, but it's like I feel like most of my problems as far as with the women or my child's mother is because I've moved on to another relationship. And I think the closest thing, and this has happened with all of them, with all 3 of my child's mother, they've all done this. They've used the child as a tool to make my life stressful.
Okay, well, I'm going to keep it 100 with you, because
yes.
I myself is, you know, I mean, I'm married now, but, you know, obviously I had a child before I was married.
Right.
Hell, me and my daughter's daddy, we was in the blogs not too long ago ourselves, so I understand how you go back and forth in the blogs with the drama from past relationships. But at the end of the day, we have to remember that, I mean, our kids are grown right now, so it's not really about your relationship with your past mother. Whatever y'all went wrong. How can you fix things now with your relationship?
I mean, but how can it get fixed when it's like, when okay, if I'm a person that took care of you, then brought you out to projects, to mansions, to lots of money, I've done everything, and I've even took care of your 2 sons. You have 2 sons who ain't mine, that was there when I got there. Okay, all right. So if I'm taking care of you, and now even though we break up, and I'm still paying a couple of $1,000 a month, I'm handling my business, right?
Okay.
All right. So then shouldn't me and you have some type of friendship, or at least some type of understanding? It shouldn't be where you, in my opinion, is telling my child, you know, things that could hurt the relationship in my child, because.
Okay, well, what was said that you feel hurt the relationship?
Well, this is okay.
And was there any truth to it?
Okay, so look, okay, exactly what was said, I'll never know, but I do know that there was a narrative that was being pushed that changed Coi in the way she started feeling about me, because I flew Coi, Ray, and then Coi's little brother, that me and Asia, every summer, and I didn't miss it. Probably from the time that me and Asia broke up, when Coi was about 9, 10, all right, for like 6 years straight, every summer, every Christmas, every Thanksgiving, every spring break. I mean, it probably came out to about 4 to 5 months out of the year, okay? That's almost
that you spent actual time.
That I flew them to me. They lived with me.
Okay.
Stayed with me.
Spent time
in my house with them, cooking for them, providing, doing things with them. Yes. Now, granted, I'm not Greg Brady. I'm not Mr. Huxtable. So, as an entertainer, as a person who travels, there's going to be time away. It's not your normal daddy, not just daughter, but son also. It's not the normal thing.
Mm-hmm. It's an entertainment lifestyle. It sometimes makes, the relationships get weird sometimes.
Because of the time that we don't have to spend because we're too much spending on our careers. That's a fact. That's not nothing that's made up. This is what life is. And if I feel if I was a provider and if I did do that, then because I've moved on with my life and now maybe I'm on TV with women and everything, then maybe that's where resentment probably started coming in. But I didn't know about it. Nobody ever told me about it. All the resentment starts popping once Coi gets the deal and I'm popping now, all of a sudden there's resentment. I'm listening to it like with everybody else. But
hadn't your communication been right with your daughter as she got older and closer to the time of her actually having her own career?
Yes,
you were still spending time.
See, I'm saying at that point she's an adult now. She doesn't even want to spend time.
Right, but
they want to do their own thing at that point. Between the 16 and 17, she came and lived with me. Her mother was fed up. She has to come live with you. I can't take it no more. Okay. She comes down here. She goes to Campbell High School. My thing is, do your homework. No smoking weed. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Get through your studies. Whatever you want, I got you. Whatever it is, that's all how it's always been anyways. I've handled the financial obligations to them solely. Mm-hmm. No disrespect to her mom, but solely handle the financial obligations to her and her brother. Okay. So if there was resentment, then why wasn't I privy to this, all of a sudden resentment? When me and her mother broke up, I lost the Source magazine. I got indicted by the federal government.
So you went through some financial issues of
course, yeah, mm-hmm. Of course, yeah, definitely. But still didn't have it like I had it when I had the Source. But still, I was out there making plugs and putting things together. That's what I do. That's what I'm always do. So I'm never going to be broke. Broke is like a subjective word. Like what's broke to me might not be broke to them, might not be broke to them. So when she just throws that word out there, broke, it's like, okay, well, when me and your mom broke up, I left her a big house, paid off her car, her $80,000 truck, and was still giving up to $2,000 a month. Now, if that money wasn't sufficient enough, because remember, it just wasn't her and my brother, it was also money for the older two sons, whose father wasn't really contributing ever. So again, the financial responsibility on 5-6 people, I handled that.
Okay. Here's my thing. I mean, listen, I was a single mom and I came from a family of a single parent home. Me and my brother had different dads. So I do understand what you're saying. I think probably what had happened was when y'all was together, there was more money to give. When you separated, especially when you start going through your own financial issues, like you said, you were only able to give, the $2,000, but you did leave us set up. But if a person is used to you giving more, then all of a sudden maybe it's hard to stretch it. I don't know. But what I'm saying is that was a long time ago. And so it's like, okay, how do y'all manage to see eye to eye? For one, did she even know? Have you ever explained to your daughter that you was going through your own financial issues?
Of course, because she has no problem saying it. He went broke. He lost the Source. Listen to the narrative that's being pushed. There's a narrative that what I'm afraid of with the internet, all right, is that a narrative can be pushed. Things can be pushed to where is that it becomes in people's minds that that's who you are, and that's a dangerous situation. As a society and humanity are coming closer to computers, it's really sucking the life out of us and making whoever we are, who we are in the in the internet. I grew up in the streets. I didn't grow up around internet. You know what I'm saying? So
it's like a new world.
Yeah. So how and I have no problem trying to adapt to it, but there are certain things I'm gonna have problems with. Like her mother never rapped. Her mother was. I've done this my whole life. Mm-hmm. Since I was 11 years old. 56 now. Hip hop has been a part of in every facet of it, from block parties to rapping to parties to talent shows to major award shows to TV. I mean, I've been a part of hip hop in every form and fashion. So it's natural for my kids to be hip hop artists. You know, and I'm not, and believe me, I know on that side, I'm sure you have your stories that are definitely gonna, you know, that you feel strong about because of all that you've done. Because Candy, believe me, there's no way that someone's gonna come up to him just out the blue and just be like, please, Candy wasn't, and Candy's this, baby's daddy was the one that did everything. You're gonna be like, hell no, and this is how it went.
Yeah, well, my point of asking you is like each person is going to have what their truth is in the situation, right? So I hear what you're saying. You're like, I did give or whatever, whether or not it spread to the way it needed to spread. Was it just for my kids or was it for all of them, whatever? But you saying you did your part. Well, what she's saying from her point of view, her growing up, she's not the one that's actually getting the money in hand. She just see that she's not having the things that she once had or whatever, you know, after the source.
But she has everything. Everything is so beautiful for her now. Why keep pushing me under the bus now? That's and you're right. But now everything is beautiful for you, your mother, and everybody around you. And now she'll have to realize how it is to have the money and see how generous she's going to be to spread it out to everybody. Because I was very generous.
Well, you know, I mean, we all gonna have to live our lives. I mean, she's gonna see how things go as she continues to grow and become more successful, how things turn out. Maybe she'll be more understanding later. But overall, I mean, I feel like you guys, it would be great if you guys could sit down and really come to some type of understanding without it blowing up on social media. You know what I mean?
I never even want my relationship with my daughter or any of this in social media. Like even Love and Hip Hop. Like I never casted for Love and Hip Hop. Like I've dated many celebrities that nobody will ever know about. You know what I'm saying? Before Love and Hip Hop. Like I wasn't out there with my private life. And you know what I'm saying?
I understand what you're saying. You're saying like I may be guilty of a lot of things, but I definitely help financially with my
Mama,
kids.
that's all I'm saying.
That's what you want to know. You don't want people to feel like you wasn't doing your part financially as a dad.
Come on, because if when you did it, what's the use of doing it? Then I might as well not did it. You know what I'm saying? Kept all that money, because if I'm going to be called a deadbeat, if I'm going to be called because I look right, you have all these girls who probably did go through that. Their dad did bounce and didn't do what they were supposed to do. Now they're like, yeah, Coi, I feel that way too. That's why I messed. But Coi wasn't like that. So really, they're not being represented right. Because Coi's dad was in her life. Coi's dad did do all that.
When was the last time you and Coi actually had
a conversation? It's been a minute. I just seen the Breakfast Club. I called her mother and said, hey, could you just tell, if she doesn't have nothing nice to say about me, how about, let's see if we can make this work. Very nice, very calm. Could you just tell her, just don't mention me? Tell the interviewer, say, hey, don't even bring up my dad.
You know, it's going to be hard because lately everybody's been bringing your name up. Because you have other things happening in your life that's been in the blogs lately, they're going to ask her about you. And of course, she's probably angry for the things that are being said as well. And so, you know, naturally, I think some of those things, you know, y'all lash out at each other, right? You know, you may
Would you ever say things about your father in a negative light on in an interview? Would you ever say? Would you ever say that he was broke? Would you ever say that?
I mean, I may not say it the same way, but I've definitely in the past on the show talked about, you know, how I didn't feel like he was there. You know what I mean? I mean, me and my dad, we are rebuilding our relationship. We getting closer now, but yeah. So that's why, I mean, don't get me wrong. It's like I relate to you on both ends as a child from, you know, a single parent home. I understand it from her point of view, and then as a mom, you know, or a baby mama, as they say, I understand it from that side as well.
Would you have said that if your father was there for you?
No.
You wouldn't have said it, right?
No. Well, hopefully you guys can get the communication back to a level of respect. Let's move on to something else you was into the blogs for. And before I get to the main thing, the other thing that I wanted to ask you about was you recently got arrested at Althea's house. No, that wasn't that recent.
3 years ago.
No, and they just showed in the blogs.
3 years ago.
When the police came to get you.
3 years ago. I had me out
that
there.
was just a couple weeks ago. It was in the blog.
Yeah, I know, and that's why I'm owed apologies. Hopefully, the real daytime and everywhere else, because you are letting this internet fool you now. Now, and this is what I hope. I hope people. I hope they.
Why
take,
do you think that somebody?
I hope they take
that?
responsibility when they know they're wrong, instead of be like, you know what, we owe Benzino an apology. I hope somebody, because I'm looking at the reel and they're talking about this like this just happened 2 days.
That's the way it was posted.
But this is, again, there's the internet life and there's real life.
True.
The real life is that happened 2 years and some change ago.
The video of you.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes. Happened a while ago, a long time ago, at least a couple of years ago. Yeah.
And somebody just up and decided to just throw it out there again.
Yeah. Ain't that something?
Why?
The Shauna Brooks thing is years ago also. But let's get back on this. The thing with me and Cavario at the hotel thing was 5 years ago. Let's figure this out.
So did somebody have a vendetta against you?
Obviously.
That's just weird. I mean, I'm not saying that there's no truth to what you're saying. I believe what you're saying. But all I'm saying is, like, that's crazy, because in the past month, it's like, boom, that happened, and it's not like you're on a TV show right now to where people start thinking. So I don't understand why they just
Love and Hip Hop need to hurry up and get these contracts going, right?
Yes. Would you do it? Wait, speaking of Love and Hip Hop, would you do it again if they asked you? You would?
Yeah, if the money was right. And I enjoyed my time on Love and Hip Hop. I mean, other than getting shot, I got shot and everything, but I enjoyed my time on Love and Hip Hop. See, reality TV I enjoy it. It becomes not enjoyable when the person that you're with is trying to throw you under the bus and vilify you. But reality TV, because you know what it is? I like me. I love me. So I'm just gonna be me.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Right. And you know,
how are you and Althea now?
After her saying that I've messed with a and after her, she is funny, because the thing that happened, she actually made and I'm not going to talk about her too much because Lord knows this is what she wants, but she actually went and made a post like it happened yesterday. Like, she actually made a post like this thing happened to, put a nice picture of her and then put this thing next to the picture of her and, to make it seem like this happened. Me and Althea been broke up. We been broke up. She been went her way with other guys. I'm in a relationship now with someone. We been separated. She put up something like, and when you do this to your girl, you're not my girl. Like, don't give people this. We haven't been together in years, and you know that. You know what I'm saying? So, I guess this was something that she, everybody wants. We're in a time of clout. I just want to say that the real messed up. Like, when you put it on TV now and you're making this actual topic like this happened yesterday, you look foolish now. Like, you look crazy.
Okay, well, that is a surprise, because I did not realize that happened a long time ago. I'm glad you were here to speak on it.
Speak on it,
see?
Man, thank you.
Okay, so, all right, well, we cleared that up. So that whole arrest situation was not recent. And, okay, well, I'm glad you let us know.
I've moved on. I was embarrassed about what took place. I'm not even going to get into what happened because it's old news. It doesn't even matter now.
Yeah, it don't matter.
But I can say that I have learned from that, and I've progressed from that moment. And I'm a work in progress in life. That's what life is about. And I think if I was to ever be put in that situation again, I would handle it much different. So I can say
you live, you learn.
Yes.
Okay, so now let's move on to what's been irritating you lately.
I mean, this is the big news right now.
So Shauna is a well-known, I would say, maybe because I live in Atlanta. I know a lot of people know who Shauna is.
So you know Shauna?
Yes, I know her.
And you've met her in person and everything?
Yes, I met her in person.
Okay,
we don't have like a close relationship, but I definitely know who she is.
You've seen who she is in person?
Yes.
I haven't. Never seen her, never been on set with her, never been anywhere around in a club with her. I still, to this day, right now, haven't met Shauna Brooks.
Okay, well, you were having a pretty deep conversation.
It wasn't that deep. It really wasn't that deep.
I'm sorry. I just like...
No, I don't mind, because this is, and we're going to cover a lot of things on this that are bothering me.
Okay, so let's start from the beginning. How did you and Shauna meet?
I did a movie.
To be clear, for those who did not see it online, recently somebody leaked a phone call of Shauna, who she identified as
Shauna leaked the phone call, obviously.
Oh, yeah. Well, Shauna...
she taped me and leaked the phone call.
Shauna taped a phone call between herself and Benzino, and she leaked it. But Shauna identifies as a trans female woman. Okay, so go ahead.
All right, so...
How'd y'all meet?
I've been doing my acting thing.
Okay.
And most of the movies I do are like me playing the drug dealer, the street guy.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I want to try something different. This director... I don't know his full name, man. I just know him as Cricket. Cricket been in Atlanta.
I know Cricket.
Okay.
Yes.
For years, shooting videos, worked with some of the top artists. Mm-hmm. And a very, very talented guy out of Detroit. Mm-hmm. He had a movie, him and his girl Duchess from Black Ink, called False Advertisement. And I was like, yo, what's up? I got this movie. And when he told me the movie, I was like, yeah, I didn't even think different. I just was like, this is what I've been waiting for, to play something else than a street guy, so that other people, I can get bigger roles in movies.
Okay, so what was the role?
I was the boss of this advertising agency, where this guy who worked for me fell in love with a woman that he met at a gay club, so he had to pretend he was gay to get his love. Now, within all that, his friend that he grew up with, he finds out, now I don't want to give too much of the movie, but it's on the trailer, he finds out that he's gay. So as the movie goes on, I can't release too much of it because the movie is such a great movie, and it really will have you on the edge of your seat to the end.
Did your role interact with Shauna's role at all?
Never.
Okay.
And I play a straight man, by the way, you know what I'm saying? Because,
okay.
But no, never seen Shauna on set, never. Somehow, Shauna wanted my number from Cricket, got the number from Chris something, mm-hmm. and had called me because Shauna wanted to rent out the Crab Trap or as an event space or something, yeah. Mm-hmm. And we talked business, and then she started talking about the movie and Love and Hip Hop, mm-hmm. that she was in Love and Hip Hop. She mentioned that she knew a couple of people that I don't want to mention because, you know what I'm saying, I don't even want to get into, as far as, I know so-and-so, so okay, cool. Mm-hmm. That was the first time I've ever had a conversation with a trans.
Y'all got mutual friends? Mutual
friends, yes. Yeah. That was the first time I had a conversation with anybody that was
that you know of. I mean, there are a lot of trans people that you just don't know that they're
are trans people supposed to say, "Hey, I'm a trans," or they just no?
I mean, do you walk around, "Hey, I'm a straight man"?
We're gonna get into that because that's a problem, and then I'm gonna tell you why.
You don't introduce yourself, through your gender or your. I mean, people just look at you and they assume what they assume. Now, if we end up becoming we're gonna hook up or we're gonna link, maybe that's the time to have that conversation.
But I think that's the problem of the whole and society and humanity and straight people.
Do you want them to walk around with a label on their shirt?
It's not about having a label on their shirt. But if they're gonna mess with straight people, then yes, they need to let people know that they 150%. That's what I believe. It's my opinion.
Shauna has been very open about the fact that she's a woman. I have not.
I knew that Shauna was a woman.
I mean, she's at least for the last I don't know how many years.
But Candy, do you know how many women been because of them?
Oh, for sure, I know that. That's a problem.
Then what is the solution? The only solution is for a trans woman to let them know who they are. See, the problem is, you can't.
I agree that if you're gonna enter into a relationship with somebody, you should
not even a relationship, into society, because it's this.
Okay.
Even though you think that you are transitioning into a woman, you never transition into a woman. If you're born a man, you are. This is just my opinion, you
can speak on it.
Listen. My thing is, it's your duty, it's your responsibility to let everybody know, because at the end of the day, you are not a woman. You are not. God makes you a man and woman. Now, if you want to, you can call transition. If you want to alter your body to make people think you're a woman, then that's what you're doing. But you are not a woman. That there is nobody can never make me believe that man-made drugs and man-made surgeries makes you a woman. No. Because then you're going against what God says. And believe me, I ain't been to church in a long time, so I'm not trying to preach, but that's just common sense. And that's okay. If you want to be a trans woman and you want to go under the knife and take pills to do this, because once you stop taking the pills, you're no longer a woman anymore. So, I mean, my thing is, if you're a trans woman, it is your responsibility in society to let everybody know you're a woman. It's up to them if they want to still mess around with you. Me and Shauna, that wasn't even, that's just how I feel now, and I have to say that now, and I'm going to say more as the interview goes, because I feel like me being open-minded is now got me to the situation I'm in now.
You?
It's now fucking me up now. And excuse me, because look, when I grew up, all right, my father was in and out of jail. My father's a street guy. I grew up under a street. I've never, in Boston, Roxbury, Dorchester, I've never really even seen activities. I've never even, if I did, it might have been such a flamboyant, I don't know what it, but we didn't grow up around it. Me, my guys, it never happened.
I did.
Okay, all right.
Okay.
With all respect. So yeah. please, whatever I say, do not take it personal.
I don't take anything personally.
All right,
just know
all right,
that.
because I judge people by their character.
Mm-hmm.
I got 2 friends out there who've been married 21 years. I've never had friends who are men married for 21 years. So again, from what I was about this lifestyle to what I am, I'm proud of myself. Mm-hmm. Because everybody's people, man. Everybody.
I mean, I think especially like, anybody that grew up like and from my age and up, definitely we have a different mentality. We having to learn the different terms that people want to be addressed as now. It's not the same as it once was. So I do understand, like, okay, from your era, this was not, acceptable, or this was not
at all
what was cool. I get it. But
right.
You've grown, and you said you're becoming more open-minded.
Yes.
So to me, people live their lives as, you say how you feel.
I'm proud of myself.
Yeah, okay. And I just feel like, clearly, yes, if somebody, to me, in my mind, if they're going to enter into a relationship, or if they even, showing signs of interest with somebody, yeah. But to me, if I'm just your homegirl, like, you don't owe me an answer of what's going on with your body if we just hanging out as friends. Now, that's just my own personal thoughts.
And I respect it.
Yeah. Now, to roll back to how you met. You say you met because she wanted to rent out your place.
We shot a movie. Together.
But you said you never met her.
Right, but that was even how that Cricket could even introduce or give me the number through Cricket. If I never shot the movie,
okay,
I wouldn't even be in this position. Okay. I would have no contact with Shauna Brooks. Shauna Brooks would have never. Now maybe Shauna Brooks could have called somebody from Love and Hip Hop and contacted me or whatever. Mm-hmm. But again, this was the first time I've ever communicated with. Now
that you know of.
Yeah, but you keep saying that.
I keep saying that because you are in the entertainment business just like me, and there are a lot of people who are amongst us in the entertainment business. They better let me know, because it'll only be business. Listen. Just to give you an example, last year on Speak On It, did you ever watch the show The Chi?
I've seen it once.
Oh, okay. Well, last season on The Chi, the young lady who played the trans character, who she's in real life, she's a trans woman. Her name is Jasmine. She came to speak on it, and she talked about, prior to being on the show, on TV show as an actress, she used to then share with people that she was trans, and just naturally, she's naturally gives you woman, basically, when you see her. When you see her walking down the street, she gives you woman. That's all I'm saying. So her thing was, she was torn prior to deciding to go ahead and be a public figure by being an actress. She was torn on whether or not she should just let people know. So she did not let, none of her friends knew, the people that she worked with, nobody knew that she was trans. So I told you that to say that there are a lot of people like Jasmine who live in their life every day, who are either trans women, trans men, who we do not know that they are trans. Some people you may know, but there are a lot of people out there you don't know. So I'm just saying to you that you know of, Shauna is the first person that you had a real conversation with.
Then that must go from everybody on this planet then.
What you mean?
Then. Meaning that if they come across with somebody, they might not know who the fuck they talking to. That's
all of us.
Okay. So it's just not Benzino then.
I know some men who I didn't know that they were trans. I was like, what? I can show you some videos. You'd be like, no.
When Shauna called me, again, like, it took
you
me...
You knew in the movie that she was
right.
trans.
Well, yeah, because Cricket told me at this point.
But you saw her at the movie, on set.
No, I didn't see her. That's what I'm saying.
Didn't see her in the movie.
I haven't
okay,
seen
she
her.
just called you.
Right.
But you knew who she was.
Through Cricket, yes, and I understood.
Okay.
Then, now look, like on Love and Hip Hop.
And how long ago?
On Love and Hip Hop, I wouldn't do no scene with no. You see, I wouldn't.
But Love and Hip Hop is a reality show.
I'm just saying though, Rich Dollars did a whole season with. Big up to Rich Dollars, right? As the manager, whatever. But me, because and now it's going back to like the narrow-minded Benzino. Yeah, because
that was back then. I thought you said now you were more open-minded.
Okay, but guess what? Now I'm not being open-minded no more.
Just because of this.
You fucking right.
Situation.
You goddamn right. You fucking right. Because this ain't Candy. This ain't good for me. And look, and I've been cool. I've been calm. I've been collective. I've been respectful. But it comes a point to where it's gonna somebody. The internet's one thing.
What do you think is gonna change?
If somebody ever approached me in person with this, you know what I'm saying? I could somebody. Like I could go to jail for the rest of my life.
Approach you with what though?
Approach me with this. Yeah, you was with a or you're with this or yeah. If somebody was to approach me with that, like in life.
Can I ask you an honest question?
Yes.
You say you're 57 years old.
Yes.
At this point in life, what can somebody say about your sexuality
again?
Because I'm like, at my age, I'm 45.
No.
At my age,
I thought that, Candy. I thought that. I thought that because again, like when Shauna called me, it was like, okay, I was uncomfortable.
When she called you about renting
Of course,
the space.
because I knew for a fact that damn, if anybody ever catches me on the phone with a I'm going to be accused of fucking with a. It's the first thing that pops to mind. It's the first thing that pops to mind. I'm telling you the mind of a straight man.
I understand that.
All right? Because this is the mind.
I understand
of
that.
And it might
a
seem.
Straight man in hip hop. For sure.
Who sold drugs in the streets, who done dodged guns, done shot, done went through everything that life has thrown at him as a black man. Yeah. Two, a black man. The court systems, the baby mothers, just. When we try to tell our truth, we get no empathy from nobody. This is just the black man. Okay. So we have to be understanding towards the LGBTQ, towards women, towards black women, but who's understanding towards us in the way we feel? We grow up like everybody else. You know, we only know one way. We only know, like, it's not like, you know, we want to be a certain way, but if this is who we are and if this is society has made us, then what else are we supposed to do? Once I talked to Shauna Brooks, and I have a lot of respect for cricket, so I'm like, automatically, I'm like, half of me is thinking like what you thinking. Man, you know what? Whatever it is, fuck it. At that moment, fuck it. I know who I am, whatever. And, shit, how the fuck can this
You're talking about business.
And how would this conversation ever turn into anything else? That's what I'm thinking. All right. Mm-hmm. So that was the first conversation. Althea seen in my phone or on something, okay, I'm going to call you at something. Nothing salacious. Nothing, whatever they might call it. She was the first one to go on the internet and say, oh my God, he's messing with a trans woman. She didn't do it because she thought it was true. She did it because, of course, she wants clout. She wants to be in the blogs.
Can we play devil's advocate 1 second? As your girlfriend at that time, you don't think maybe she could have just in her mind been like, what is going on?
You just had a whole baby by me. You know me more than anybody out here.
Well, it's a lot of women who have babies by men and find out that the men are cheating on them, regardless on who they are cheating on them with.
Okay, but there was nothing on that text that said anything about anything.
It just said meet up.
Not even meet. No.
Okay, well, what did it say?
Stop, Candy. It said.
It
didn't say nothing like meet up.
Tell me, what did it say?
It said nothing like meet up.
What did it say?
I can't remember. It was something like, I'll call later, or I'm going to call you at this time.
Okay.
Or something.
Got it.
All right.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
So then, that's when I called Shauna Brooks, and that's when that conversation that she recorded and put out. And again, without me blitzing on her and like really going crazy, again, I'm still trying to be calm and cool, politically correct. She's in the movie, cricket. I'm thinking of everything. All right, being open-minded.
I don't understand. What did she say prior to the part that we hear online?
I just told you, it was just talking about the crab trap, movie roles, casting.
Like right, well, the part that we hear online, you're saying, well, you know, people not going to be looking at you crazy.
Right, because Althea,
you're not doing anything
because Althea
wrong.
already put it out there. So now I'm like, yo, Like yo, you have to understand. Because see, Shauna's like, hey, look, we could still be cool and buddy. We're not fucking around. See, in my mind, Shauna just wants a friend and acceptance. Whether Shauna was attracted to me or anything else or whatever, it never came across. Okay? My thing was, what you heard was me saying, yes, I'm not used to doing business like this because I've never done business with. I'm not used to talking to a. I'm not used to this lifestyle. I don't watch porn. None of that. All that came across in the conversation. The way they pieced it together and the way they're making it seem, still they're trying to make it seem that way. Does the LGBTQ, and maybe you can understand it, clear it up. Like, okay, do you feel that the community has made great strides in our community as far as being acceptance, as far as equality? Would you say that made great?
I definitely feel like the world has become more open-minded, and there are a lot more people out there now that understand that, you know, homophobia or transphobia is not doing any good for us as a society.
But do you, okay, let's say somebody does have a transphobia. Okay. Would you respect it?
Would I respect it?
Would you, and from your mind, would the LGBTQ respect it? If they did have a transphobia.
There are a lot of trans women, people are trans, you know, experience. I know there's a lot of them who totally, you know, they may not like that a person is not accepting of their choices in life, but they understand that people don't always agree with their choices.
Do they?
The situation with the Althea leaking the text or whatever it was, that was like in 2020, right? Because
it wasn't 2020. It wasn't that long, but it was.
Yeah, it was. It was
No. That was. The movie was just when.
No, but the messages was like it was like a blog on 2020.
Again, you cannot.
It's 2022.
This was whenever the movie. When was the movie? Oh, 2020 you're saying. So that's 2 years ago. 2 years ago, right. Okay, 2 years ago. Right.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, 2 years ago. Yeah.
So that was at least 2 years ago.
Right.
All right. When she leaked the blog. So you're saying that phone conversation happened at that time, 2 years ago.
Yes.
Okay. Why is Shauna just now leaking this video?
Because
no, I mean, and this is me being devil's advocate.
Hold on.
Because Shauna has dated a lot of people.
Hold on.
Allegedly.
Hold on.
Why just you?
Okay, because so look, so when the first video leaked of me and Cavario, you know Cavario from Don Diva? You know Cavario.
Yeah, I got it. I'm not good.
He's lived in LA anyways. Yeah. All right. So
I know Don Diva.
Right. So there was a video that 5 years ago. When Zeno was just born, Althea took him out to California.
Okay.
We had broke up. That's when she left. I'm like, damn, like I want to see my kid. I ran out there. Really tried to reconcile with her. It didn't happen. I didn't have nowhere to stay at that time because prior to that we were staying together.
Okay.
I had to come back here, right? Find a place to stay. I was staying at different hotel rooms. How can I put this? The agriculture of LA.
Okay.
I was trying to get into the agricultural business in LA.
Oh, got it. Okay.
All right. Mm-hmm. So I came back here with some agriculture. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, got it.
All right. Mm-hmm. So I'm in the hotel. We ended up getting kicked out the hotel and police was called.
You and your homeboy?
Me and Cavario. We were staying at the hotel in the same room together. Like I've stayed in many hotels with many men.
Okay.
All right. Yes. Okay. We've taken showers. I go in the shower, get dressed, come out, they go in the shower.
Okay, I'm going to ask you a question and you don't have to answer. You can't.
I'm answering all questions.
Was it a twin bed or a single bed?
It was double beds.
I just had to ask. You the one who brought it up. I didn't bring it up. So I have to ask. Okay, finish the story.
And you could clearly see it was double beds.
Okay, got it.
But the red roof ends with the small room, so all right.
Got it. Mm-hmm.
So the police came, and I'm trying to make this a race thing because I don't want them fucking with my agriculture.
Okay.
All right. So we ended up leaving or whatever. Now
why did the police come?
Because the guy at the front desk was on some bullshit because was trying to get us out at 9 a.m. when really we could have stayed till 11. And I said, well, if we was white, would you have done this? I felt that he was being racist, you know what I'm saying? Called police, and you know, I'm like, look, let us take our showers and we get the fuck out of here. People take that, again, Benzino's with another man, Benzino, you know. Cavario was married, came and picked me up. I didn't have a car at the time, picked me up, got there. I ended up getting my apartment.
Wait, so who was you staying there with? I thought you said it was
Cavario. Me and Cavario was there. Cavario was living in South Carolina. Came and picked me up from the airport, and we stayed. And we stayed in, matter of fact, 4 different hotel rooms in maybe I think 10 days. I was bouncing from hotel to hotel until I got my apartment.
Well, if he was married, why he had to come stay at the hotel?
Because we was doing our thing, Candy. We was.
We're
homeboys.
Okay.
We're homeboys.
Working.
You know, but it's not even necessarily working. He has a car and I didn't. I didn't have a car.
So he came to chauffeur you around to do that agriculture business?
I wouldn't even say that, but he came because I hired Cavario. I gave him at the Source magazine and at Hip Hop Weekly. We are friends.
Got it.
Homies.
Okay.
Like I can speak on other stuff that we did that the loyalty was so big, but this is what homies do for each other.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So
you can't let you just borrow his car?
How? If he's in South Carolina, how's he gonna borrow his car? How's he gonna get home?
Okay.
Homeboys do that for you. Ain't never had a girl that ever looked out for you, that ever came and picked you up and
yeah, I definitely have people that I look out for them. They look out for me.
Listen, at the time,
but
Candy, I wasn't
agriculture business.
At the time.
You got to be in your own car by yourself. I'm not rolling with you.
Not if y'all are together.
That was like young when I was young and had boyfriends in the agriculture business. When I was too smart, when I wasn't smart enough to know this shit could get me in trouble.
like that happens all the time. Like homeboys in the streets. When you out there doing stuff together, there's nothing your homeboy wants. It's nothing for y'all to sleep head to toe at a bed and never think sexually of one another.
Okay.
It's nothing. You know what I'm saying? So, okay, all right. So they took that video and was clowning that guy on Clubhouse.
What was said in the video? The only thing that was said was that y'all was at the hotel?
I was arguing with police and about why the guy was kicking us out, and I thought it was racist.
Oh, okay, got it.
That's really about it. And I said something like, we was about to take a shower, right? We was about to get in the shower.
And you wonder why people question the video?
We was about to take a shower. Did I say together?
Right. I mean, just saying.
I mean, no. See, I can say what the fuck I want if I'm comfortable with who I am.
Yes, you can.
Me saying that I'm gonna take that we was about to take our shower. It's true. I was gonna take mine, and he was gonna take his. Like I'm not thinking that the world has to think that everybody's fucking each other just because I'm saying certain things. Like we got to get out of that, and that's making me more upset than anything.
Well, I don't want you to be upset.
No, but it's not. This has nothing. It's just that as people, are we that? Here it comes from. I thought I was narrow-minded, but the world is even more narrow-minded. Because if me saying if I'm telling a police officer, we was about to take a shower, that means that
sharing a hotel room.
That means that what the.
Nah, I mean, if it was 2 women saying that, maybe it
would be then we're in a. Be honest with you. If that's what it is now, then honestly, this whole LGBTQ thing and this whole straight thing, then it's only going to get worse. Then the disrespect is only going to get more. The divide is only going to be more divided. It's only going to get worse because people are going to see me and they're going to be like, damn, like he was trying to be cool. And look what the fuck he's going through. He can't talk the way he want to talk. He can't talk to somebody over the phone who's a trans without being blamed. Like I had a conversation with
was that your only conversation with her? Well, you said 2 conversations.
We had a couple of converstions on the phone that I can recall. But I do recall that I've never met this person in person. So if you're implying that I had a relationship with you, where are those conversations that we had the relationship? Because all on that conversation it says, I'm not used to this. I've never been involved with this before. So what part of that gets misconstrued that me and her are having sexual relations?
Well, the way it came off was like this was the first time you were considering possibly, the way that the conversation was.
Where did that come in?
Well, when you said the part about, you're not going to be looked at that, but I'm going to be looked at that way for being attracted to you.
I said attracted to you?
I
said that?
Put up somebody.
Yes. If I was to be attracted, then I would be looked funny. Again, and I'm not thinking like, whoa, like, I'm saying all this, I'm going to be, but yeah, I'm saying it as confident in my sexuality as possible. Yes, I'm going to be looked crazy. Never said attracted. Never said that.
Okay,
please pull it up.
I'm sorry.
Please,
I don't want to.
Please do the. But,
I don't want to get it
Candy,
incorrect.
But Mama, this is why it's important for me to defend myself because
and speak on it.
people take that
and
they put their own little things
feel.
in it.
Which
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
There was nothing in that said nothing about me being attractive.
You can never look back. Because see, in this world, you ain't doing nothing wrong. It would be wrong if I did. Can't you get that through your head? You're not looking bad, Shauna.
And another thing is why aren't we hearing Shauna's voice in this? This is another thing.
Fuck with a nigga.
Why would she even record the conversation?
What the fuck are you doing trying to fuck with a...
Exactly. No, never attracted. Right. What am I even on?
So you're discussing with her about the stuff that out the elite.
Right. Yes.
Okay.
And where's her voice? And where's all the prior conversations? Like the whole thing is a setup. And see, honestly, again, you know.
I mean,
no. You playing with a straight man's, a thing. If somebody's found with, then people wonder why. Then everybody's boo-hooing. But I'm saying when you playing with somebody's manhood like that, when you playing with somebody's man, these can be the results. A young kid up in Athens, a football player. His whole world was getting ready to be amazing, a free ride through college and everything. Got fooled with this in the head, and now has to go to jail for life. Like this happens time and time again. And if no one's speaking on it, especially the LGBTQ, they need to be condemning the fuck out of shit like that. Then they need to keep their at check and understand.
We gotta remember that
but hold
nobody is in ownership of.
Well, then is the community something that all stick together?
Well, honestly,
even
Dave Chappelle talked about that. I mean, no, I think that the trans community is like the least supported sometimes. As that's the way it's looked at.
Then why is the T in there then?
A lot of times, huh?
Why is the T in the community? Shouldn't
because
be
everybody wants to put everybody in a box.
So then in your mind, there really is no LGBTQ community in your mind.
Well, I mean, I think it's different things. Okay, you talk about, it's sexuality, and then you're talking about sexual identity, which are two different things.
Explain them, please. It's important. This is
so
important.
what I'm saying is, if I identify as bisexual, that means sexually, I may have sex with the man, I may have sex with the woman, or, if somebody is straight, their sexuality is they only have sex with the opposite sex, whatever, right? That's basics.
Yes.
Okay. Trans is not necessarily about their sexuality and who they like to have sex with. It's about how they identify physically and mentally. Okay, so they identify as, okay, if I'm a trans woman, it's somebody who transitioned physically to a woman, but mentally has always felt that they were a woman.
Within trying to give the voice to the LGBTQ, we're losing ours. And not just straight, but black men. We're losing our voice. And then when we do speak up, you're a homo. Damn if you do, damn if you don't, damn if you could, damn if you like.
Well, I do agree with that.
Well, then this is
because I mean, honestly, if somebody says that if they don't agree, then automatically you're right. I mean, there's a lot of people that's gonna tell you up in the blogs and in the comments.
But I have now reached to the thing where I could care less what the LGBTQ thinks of me, because guess what? I have to care, and I have to care about what I think of me and what the people who I come in contact every day think of me. And if I'm going to be getting attacked by people that is involved with them, then I have to defend and attack back.
Okay, well, we clearly know you like to defend yourself, because that's what we've been talking about. Earlier in the conversation, when you wanted to defend yourself as a father, you're defending yourself as your manhood right now, right?
It's not fair.
I understand it's not fair. You don't want people to look at you a certain way where you feel that is not you, so you don't want people to put that on you. And it's not fair for somebody to put something
I would get onto the highest mountain and be proud of it. See,
this is the thing. A lot of people ain't gonna do that though. It's a lot of men as a woman.
Right.
It's a lot of men out there who are, identifies themselves as straight men, who are not necessarily straight when no cameras, no TV, no nothing.
Okay, is that a problem?
So,
do you think that's a problem?
I do think that that's not cool. I think people, like I said, when you decide to be in an intimate relationship with someone, you should definitely be honest with that person. Now, I agree on that, right?
Yeah, we agree.
So, but here's the thing. In your situation, it seems, because I know Shauna also put out a tweet or whatever.
Yo, the tweet's crazy.
She said that she was not trying to out anyone.
Let's read the tweet.
Oh, you're going to read it?
Yeah, because we're going to...
Okay, we're going to read it.
We're going to pick this tweet apart.
We're going to read it verbatim.
We're going to... Because it's obvious that the tweet's playing games. It's playing semantics.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Because, okay.
I'm not playing games.
Okay, I know that it got on everybody's radar because 50 posted her video. But when did she actually post the video?
Hold on.
Did she post the video?
I don't know, and it don't matter. I'm just responding to it these days.
Because I'm saying
it seems like it don't even matter when it's all new news. Shit, 10 years ago now because of the internet is new news. Like I'm gonna sue a bunch of people. You know what I'm saying? Because
are you suing?
I'm suing.
Shauna?
I'm gonna sue a bunch of people. It'll be public. Like everybody who I'm suing, but everybody's getting it. Everybody who has defamed my name is gonna be named in this lawsuit. Because one thing I do notice, and I've been in journalism for years. The black journalists the bloggers, they defame motherfuckers every day. Nobody's just suing. Okay. They legally are defaming. That's why like Harvey Weinstein is a lawyer in TMZ. Mm-hmm. He won't get on certain shit because he knows he doesn't want to be liable. These like the Tasha K's of the world and all these different people want to bring the tea and then spill out everybody's beans. When they're spilling shit out, like that video that went out when a daytime major network TV just put out as it was new news. That's all defaming my character.
Let's read what
she
Shauna
said. Yes.
She says, my intent is to never out anyone, but my truth is always tea. While it's painful to relive publicly, I'm tired of men loving girls like us only behind closed doors and treating us as if we're disposable when it's no longer convenient. They want you to be their toy on their time. That was her. Okay, so let's
just pick that.
And that was last week.
Let's just pick that apart.
Or a couple days ago.
Let's
pick it apart. We're gonna
pick it apart. Let's pick it apart.
Go ahead.
Okay, read just the first couple of lines.
My intent is never to out anyone.
All right, then you wouldn't have recorded my conversation.
Okay.
Throw that out the window.
Okay, but my truth is always tea, while it's painful to relive publicly.
Okay, now hold it. My tea is painful to relive publicly. What painful is that? Now I don't know what she's talking about somebody else again because she's very vague. But if it's we're only talking about my situation. If that conversation was painful to relive publicly, where was the pain in it? Did you see any pain? Because you don't even hear her voice. You just hear mine. Mm-hmm. Go ahead.
I'm tired of men loving girls like us only behind closed doors.
Okay, stop. I'm sure there are men out there that are loving. I don't know if girls is the right word. If that's what they consider themselves.
You do realize that there are a lot of men who identify as straight men who like and enjoy trans women. You do know that, right?
Wonderful. Then that means that they're gay.
Look, I'm not here to determine what somebody has going on.
Okay. No, because you know why this is important, Candy?
Okay, go ahead.
Because this is the confusion of everybody over this shit.
Oh, she's speaking on it. This is Shauna?
When I could be going through that stuff. And I'm just now adapting to this type of world. But who I was before, I'm like alpha male. You know what I'm saying? I'm that nigga. Now, yes, I'm saying this shit is all new to me, and I'm trying to be open-minded about it. But then I'm like, I said, wow, this is crazy because she looks, the way they got you looking.
Right.
It's just, you know what I mean? Like,
right.
So it's not like I even, okay, let me go look at some other trends now. I haven't even looked at that. I haven't even done that. I love porn. I don't watch tranny porn. I don't watch gay porn. But that's just me. You know what I'm saying? I'm old in my ways. I'm a 55-year-old nigga. You know what I'm saying?
So listen, Daddy. I'm gonna try not to be selfish. Okay, since you're saying I'm being selfish.
Yeah, because you're not thinking about me.
Oh no. This is the first time I heard that. That's definitely a clip. Somebody's editing that. Oh yeah. You can hear that. That's not even like.
You think
like,
she
when did I call her
edited
selfish?
herself
When did I
saying,
call her
"Listen,
selfish?
Daddy"?
When did I call? Listen, I didn't even listen again. I don't even know if Shauna tried to put that over the clip that was recorded. Where was all her conversation in the thing before that? So I'm just talking to myself.
That's a video of her.
Right.
Okay, where did you see her?
I'm saying.
Where did you see her?
It had to be a picture or something. At once I tried to find out who it was, like, oh, this is Shauna Brooks. What I'm saying in there, I haven't even looked at another trans. I haven't even talked to another trans. When I'm talking in the conversation, Candy, it's crazy the way they got you looking. Yes. It's like they trying to fool motherfuckers. You trying to get motherfuckers to be fooled and all that.
You know, where that conversation sounded to me as like a man who has never had an experience with another trans person, that you saying that you're trying to be open-minded. It's like, wow, because the way they got you looking, I never tried to look at gay porn. I never tried. So to me, listening to that conversation, and I may be reading into it the wrong way, listening to it, it sounded 100%. Like a man who's never experienced that, who is being open-minded in this situation. That's the way it came off. And I'm not trying to make you a person who enjoys.
Listen, man, I'm not. Okay,
I'm gonna ask you what I was saying earlier.
Period. Like,
what difference does it make? You know what? Okay, this is another thing I wanted to ask you about. The tweet that went towards 50 Cent when you said it wasn't you tweeting. How did that happen?
Somebody has.
It came from your page.
It's not my page, Candy.
It's a different page.
If you look on the page, the page is clowning me. So I am Benzino for over 10 years. Mm-hmm. They shut I Am Benzino down.
But don't you tweet him for I Am Benzino now?
Tweet and Instagram are two different things. Okay. My tweet is I Am Benzino. This came from Instagram.
Oh, you don't have the Instagram?
That's not me no more.
Oh, okay, got it.
Somebody's had that for the past 2 months. I've been reported. I've been put on my page, report them. They've been putting that fucked up pictures of me up there, clowning me, and then they follow Eminem. It's easy to see who they are. And I'm wondering, okay, all right, is it how Instagram works is, I guess.
Did they get it yet?
No, it's
if
still,
you need help,
it's still
we
there.
can contact Instagram.
Can you listen? No.
Okay,
like, I need the page. Like again, when you look at the page is clearly clowning me.
Okay.
Clowning me. So
I haven't looked at the page, so I'm not gonna lie.
Right, but again, that's what you thought, right? Nobody gives a flying fuck about what a straight man is and what they go through. Like, this is all I have is my honor. All I have is my manhood, and I got sons, and I refuse to let that shit gonna happen. It's just, yes, I'm angry. If I just sit back and just, when you sit back and be quiet and smile, it gets worse and worse. I've been sitting back quiet and smiling for 2 weeks, and it's getting worse and worse and worse. I cannot go out like that. I'm not going out like that. Like, it's irresponsible. It's horrible. It's hurtful.
No, I get it. I mean, a lot of straight men don't want
I just don't think
people
you do.
To be questioning.
I think people feel like, why they feel like that. If he's so mad, it must have happened. Like, no, I'm so mad because you don't know what it is to be a fucking man. I love being a man, and this is part of being a man. This is part of being a man. You cannot fuck with my manhood. You cannot do that.
How has this affected your relationship that you're currently in?
Man, my girl loved me, and she's sticking by me. She's dated women before. You know what I'm saying? She's been on TV. She's let it be known. She's taught me again. You're looking at a man that has made strides as far as dealing with the community. I have friends. I have all that. I have a girl who was dating who was dating one. Like, it's all around me, so I'm more open. I love everybody, Candy. Mm-hmm. I refuse for my manhood to be challenged that I've been dealing with. I'm not doing it.
But I want you to know, regardless of what's happening in the blogs, there's a lot of people out there that still got your back, still love you, and they don't really like what has been done to you in the blogs. I'm talking about straight women, the gay community, a lot of people. So don't feel like just because this negativity has been going crazy in the blogs that, people trying to tear down your character, because I personally don't feel that way.
I'm showing you what the extreme is of what a straight man. I'm showing you what. Hold on. I'm showing you what a lot of people feel. You see that burst of emotion right there? Mm-hmm. That's how a lot of people deep down feel. But they don't. But they're trying to not feel that way anymore. This don't make it easy, Candy, for that. So I tried to show you that just to say, not necessarily like, this is what I'm going to do, whatever. Just to show you that this is the extremes of the divide of straight and the transgender community is because people take their straightness just as serious as people take their gayness. It's just that the gayness, that I understand, they had to go through a lot, march, and they go through all kinds, and I get it. But this is how people feel straight. So I'm just giving a dose of how straight people feel insulted and berated and defamed by something like that. So that you can see, well, damn, you know what I'm saying? Like, let's all have an understanding. We're all God's children. We should all be here in harmony. And yes, one bad apple doesn't spoil the whole bunch. All right.
I mean, I know you talk about the fact that there are a lot of trans people out there who may not share or be open about who they are and may trick people, but there are a lot of men who pretend to be straight who are not honest about who they are,
too.
And they're tricking people.
And they're fucked up
it's
too.
It's people in our own circles who definitely, hook up with trans women. You know what I mean? Or,
God bless them.
Or have a different lifestyle behind closed doors.
God bless them.
Right, but what I'm saying is, it's like, so on both sides, there sometimes is some type of secrecy or people not sharing their whole truth.
Well, guess what?
Whatever.
I'm here to say that we live in a time now that everybody should share their truth because only God can judge, and I realize that. You know
only God, that's the perfect way to say it. Only God can judge it. So that's why I want you to know, you shouldn't be letting these people get you all upset and angry.
Candy, once again, half of me is going to progress from this. I'm still going to love my partners and my friends. It's not going to change the way I feel about people.
Your experience of what just happened in this situation with Shauna, I don't want to get into that, allegedly, whatever.
I have a friend named Queens Flip, and he has transgenders in his live. I've been going on his live, and a couple of times when he would put them up, I would cam down. But again, I'm trying, you know what I mean?
This is the thing. That was your experience with one person, okay? So you can't just say your bad experience with that person means that everybody in the trans community is going to be that way. You know what I mean? That's just like if somebody said they had a bad experience with me as a black woman and be like, oh, all black women got attitudes, all black women going to do this, I can't fuck with black women. So, you can't just let one bad experience with one person of a certain group.
And you're absolutely right.
Make you judge the whole
No, you're
group.
100% right, and I appreciate you saying that. The problems and everything over the trans community and straight community and everything, we are still far, far apart. I don't think it's like that with the community. I believe the community is different. I really now, and you know what? One thing I did learn about artists, man, it's two separate situations.
On one side of the coin is like, I understand your frustration, but it's just like on the other side of the coin, it's just kind of like, okay, we gotta figure this out. What I mean?
This conversation is a good way to, and we've touched a lot. And again, I don't want you to think my outburst, because the outburst was more acting and trying to prove a point than it was me acting on it. So I want to clear that up. I really want to put that out there to see the kind of the response and the way people would take it. And I want them to say, yeah, as appalled and like, oh, wow, that's how we feel when we're being blamed. It's the same thing, if not worse. And that's what I want to get across to people. Just because you get emotional about it, there are reasons why. Not everybody is calm in their demeanor. Not everybody can be calm and just, because if you're calm, then okay, that must not be true. You're calm. If he's screaming about it, it's true. No, that's not true. Just when I did.
So when the last time you talked to Shauna?
Way back then.
What was that, 2 years ago?
I guess so, yeah. Still haven't met you. And see,
and you've never met her
ever. So this is all out there.
That's what I'm saying. I mean, I feel like a lot of people supported you in this situation because regardless of whether it was true or not, people didn't like that. Whatever a person's choices are doesn't necessarily have to be broadcasted to the world unless they want it to be. So it was just not cool.
Like, I'm very open-minded about this. If men are attracted to me, I opened up.
So how do you feel about that? Let's take the trans out of it.
I'm saying I had to get used to that. I opened up OnlyFans. You know what I'm saying? I made a bunch of money. I mean, yeah, but
man be on there looking at you.
Look at so this is when I found out. Yeah, they do.
Okay.
And they make comments and everything.
What do we put on OnlyFans?
It's just pictures. It's no sexual acts or nothing.
Okay.
But I work out.
Do you show everything?
Everything.
Oh my God.
Well, why wouldn't I? I
You
mean,
might
we all have one. What is the?
Well, I forgot. Yours did leak online before.
But not only that though.
I mean, they already saw it for free, but
I mean, no, these are better pictures than
okay,
that.
Better
they'd
pictures.
have to go.
Got it.
They'd have to go. It's a better pictures, better scenes, and a couple of videos. But my thing is, I work out, so it's just not that part of my body that I want to show. On Instagram, I got reported for just showing shirtless pictures. Like, I don't mind being naked. Naked's cool. We all got.
I mean, it's a lot of people get money on OnlyFans.
Right. So that's what I'm saying. So knowing that there's men on there.
So let me ask you this: you okay with the men that follow you on OnlyFans, but you have a problem with a trans woman?
Listen.
Well,
I didn't have a problem with Shauna. I was communicating.
You just have a problem with the way she tried to play you.
Of course.
Right, I got it. Do you make good money on OnlyFans? I'm sorry,
I made about 40 bands. Just.
Oh, right.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
56-year-old man just showing naked pics.
Okay, I need you to put some new pictures up there.
I haven't posted in a
Be
while.
going on check it out.
I haven't posted in a while because I'm in a relationship.
And then don't they say like you can give little extras? I need you to give some extras for everybody that saw you on I was about to say Candy Coated Ice. I mean, don't speak on it.
But look, there are hundreds of in the messages to where men want more in tips. It's never happened. You know what I'm saying? I just put pictures out there. I feel like at 56, if I get paid thousands of dollars to put, and at the time I need the money. I'm a hustler. Mm-hmm. I'm a hustler. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't getting no TV work or nothing. And I was single. Mm-hmm. So you know what I mean? If I'm not out there robbing and killing or whatever. As long as I'm doing things,
it's legit money.
I looked at it as a hustle.
It's legit.
I'm in a relationship now, so it's different, but.
Let her be the one that runs the page. Then you ain't got to worry about who over there trying to send you extra tips. Okay?
Okay.
That makes sense. And then from now on, if anybody want to rent out the new crab trap. If anybody else want to rent out the new Benzino crab trap, you let her deal with it.
Have them talk, yes.
Yeah, talk to her. And then now you want
and I mean no, again, I want everybody to know, and to the community, I mean no disrespect.
Can I say, in my opinion,
yes,
your anger is with her. You know what I'm saying? And so don't generalize it to that entire group. What she did to you. I understand it pissed you off and it was not cool. But you can't say everybody that's trans that does stuff like that.
I surely am not saying that, but
I don't want you to think that whenever you come across another person that maybe.
What I will say based on what I'm going through, I'd be lying if I say that it's gonna, it took me a while to do that. It's gonna take me a long time.
But guess what? What you're going through is temporary. The thing that happened, I guess, when those messages was leaked in 2020, ain't nobody been thinking about that until now, just because that video just popped up.
Right.
So this is very temporary.
Right.
So I don't even think you need to let nobody get up under your skin.
Right.
If anything, like I said, while you discussing any of this drama from now on, you need to be making your recipes, and so that people know they need to come through.
I've learned a lot from you, and I really appreciate you. No, I appreciate it because I knew I was going to come here and get that type of insight, and this is what I needed. I just, and I told Don one, I tell him, I was like, look, this is serious to me because you're mature, you're intelligent, you know what I'm saying, and I know you're a part of the LGBT.
I guess the B, right? Okay, yeah, right. All right.
Right.
I accept it.
No, but my girl, same thing. So that's why I knew this. It would be in you being a woman of your stature. Women out here love and respect you. Mm-hmm. I knew that this would be good for me. Mm-hmm. I knew I could learn from it. You know what I'm saying? And this is something I wanted to do. I've learned from you here, and I appreciate it.
I think we are both learning. I'm still constantly learning, you know what I mean? Like, the correct terms, because things have changed, obviously, from back when we were younger.
Has it gotten better?
I think things have gotten better, but I'm saying, like, the way that you address the community is different.
The movie's called...
when is that
dropping? The movie is called False Advertisement. It's dropping next month on Tubi. Shout out to Duchess and Cricket, my brother that came down here with me to support me because I was in a bad place before. You know what I mean? He came and
when is it dropping?
Next month.
Okay.
In May. Shout out to Dennis Reed and over there at.
And what's your real page? Or do you have an Instagram page?
I just made up another one, because they didn't clip me for like 5 pages. And
what's your real page? Or do you have an Instagram page?
I just made up another one, because they didn't clip me for like 5 pages. But the page I'm using now is Benzino_is_legend. That is my only page. My Instagram, I still have about 500,000 followers. So that
which one?
Is still I am Benzino.
Is that the Instagram or the Twitter?
That's my Twitter. I'm sorry. Twitter. My Twitter, I am Benzino, but my Instagram is Benzino_is_.
Okay, we're gonna see if we can get your name back on Instagram.
I mean, even if we can't, just you saying, try to make it better. Even if you can't, just you saying that, I really, really appreciate you.
Yes, just know that you got a lot of people who support you in this situation. I just don't want you to take things negative and really start going hard on a whole group of people.
You help me.
Who do not agree with what she did. Do not take this out.
No. I love the LGBTQ. I love them. I still love my partners. I love, you know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Again, I knew I was coming to do this. I just had to put you in a sense of what people think and the seriousness of the communication has to get better so that both sides can see eye to eye. Can you imagine how powerful we would be if the straight community and the LGBT community, black, would be if we were to see eye to eye and were to start doing things together?
Well, it'd be great if somebody figure out how to make that happen. We're gonna figure that out, I guess.
I mean, I think this conversation is little steps towards that because I seen in you defending the LGBTQ in here.
Oh, okay. So. The last couple things I need to know. What is your OnlyFans? So we can promote it.
King
Zeno, okay. And then where's your location of your restaurant is going to be and when is it opening?
It's in Chambly. We're 5071 Peachtree Industrial Boulevard.
All right, well, thank you for giving us all of that story.
That was dope.
Make sure you guys follow Benzino on Twitter and we're going to figure out that Instagram. And until next time, thank you for watching. Speak on it. You spoke on it. Jeez. I was like, Lord Jesus.